Okay, I'm just making sure this is going. I literally have 900 tabs open right now, you guys. If you saw my computer screens, you would be scared. Making sure this is going. Oh, talking to myself. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's play some music.
Check, check. Hey, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Hey, wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, then I'm gone. Go outside and put my bare feet on the lawn. I used to be sour, now I'm sweet, Cinnabon. Why you judging me, you judge yourself, ooh, that's wrong. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love, no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Hey, and if God made you enough, don't settle for lesser. If you're feeling stuck, don't forget you are his best work. Better than the trees and the birds in the sky. He said that he loves you and he can never lie. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Enough today.
Yay! Oh my goodness. You are. God made you enough today. God made you enough today. So my name is Heidi Gilzer, blessed, humbled, excited National Sales Director from Portland, Oregon. And I am joined by two of my favorite people in the world, Mary McIntosh from Temple, Texas, and Becky Clements from Watertown, Wisconsin. Yay, we got some Frank Forrest lovers in the house. My daughter turned me on to him, so now we got Frank Forrest playing. And you guys, so first of all, we are going to start with a prayer. Before we get into any logistics or anything else, we are going to start with a prayer. And I just want to put this out there. I know that we come from all different religions and all different backgrounds. And no, you do not have to be a Christian to be in Mary Kay. But Mary Kay did base this company on the principles of God first, family second, and career third. And so I am going to share with you what I believe tonight. And if you believe that and want to join with us in prayer, you're absolutely welcome. And if not, that is totally fine too. Okay. So I believe that I was born a sinner, not perfect, a sinner. And God says in his word, be perfect, be holy as I, the Lord your God, am holy. And so since I couldn't do that and nobody else could do that, God sent his son, the son of God, Jesus Christ, to live that perfect life that I couldn't live, to die the innocent death. And because he was the son of God, his death could pay for the sins of the entire world. And so that passage that so many of us know, right? For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. And so Jesus didn't stay dead Thank you, Jesus. He rose again on the third day, declaring victory over death and the devil and our sinful nature. And now he reigns victorious in heaven for each and every one of us. Literally, you guys, literally ruling the universe on your behalf. And that's why I love to say we get to live from victory. I love that as a Christian, you can set any goal you want to Mary Kay, and you're going to win. Whether you hit it on the scoreboard or not, you're going to get the victory that God wants for you. So we literally get to work and live in joyful abandonment. And so everything I do now is not because I have to, even though I feel guilt and shame at times, as we all do, not because I have to, because I get to, because he's done it all for me. And as you heard in that song, God made you enough. God made you enough. So we're going to start with a prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much that so many people wanted to be a part of this Engage to Elevate. Thank you so much that during this Engage to Elevate, we are celebrating 62 years of being in business. Thank you for Mary Kay Ash and the dreams and the work ethic and the grit and the grace that you gave her to create this global company, not just to bless her family, but to literally bless families around the globe and for generations. Lord, if we are coming into this event with comparison, with feeling less than, with wishing we were someone else or somewhere else, Lord, please forgive us and help us to remember that in Christ we are enough to do what you have called us to do inside and outside of Mary Kay. Lord, please bless our speakers, Mary and Becky and myself tonight. Please bless Kim with technology. And Lord Jesus, please bless everyone who is on this, whether they're on the YouTube link or whether they're on the Zoom, that you would open their heads, hearts, and their ears to take what they need, Lord, and then do something with it. Not just to listen, but to act, to serve you and your people. We pray this in your name, Lord. Amen. Oh my goodness. Are you guys so excited, Becky and Mary? Are you so excited? So exciting, I'm throwing my pencil on the ground. Okay, so just a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes and your fabulous workbook. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to tell you where some things are so that in case you're wondering, where is everything? Okay, first of all, by the grace of God, we have over 800 people registered for Engage to Elevate. 800. Okay. That is the most that we have ever had. So give yourselves a round of applause that people are excited to move forward in their businesses. They're excited to engage to elevate, right? Engage to elevate. Okay. So with that many people, my office, cannot field all of your questions. I know that you feel like you're the only one because that's how Kim makes you feel. She lets everyone feel like they have a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. But I promise you, you are not the only one. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do a couple things. Number one, use the incredible, beautiful brain that God has given you. Okay, because sometimes it's just easier to ask for the answers, isn't it? I know I do it all the time, but we can't do that. We can't do that. So we have resources for you. Kim has made a complete landing page for all of your resources for the book. Okay, for the challenges that you have every week, for anything that we are going to talk about today, all of the things that we're talking about, it is in this resource book. Okay, anything that we're talking about, like we're going to talk about an event that we're having. We even have hotline recordings in there. Oh my goodness, if you miss a day, are you kidding me? We're going to have scripts in there for things. If you're looking for something, it is going to be on that landing page. Okay, and if it's not on that landing page, you don't need it. If it's not there, it is not necessary. Okay. Okay. So if you cannot find it on that landing page, which will be in the Facebook group, which will also be emailed to you, and it's a live page, which means the same link is the one that's going to be updated. So you just save that link into your notes on your phone. Save your link into your notes on your phone. And so then you can just click that link and it will be updated and you will have all of your information in there. Okay. All right, so that's that. All right, and then if you cannot find it there, ask your sales director. Okay, ask your sales director. So number one, use your own God-given brain. Number two, look in that landing page, which is on Facebook. She just put it right here. And then number three, if you can't find it, do not reach out to Kim. I love you. Do not reach out to me. Reach out to your sales director. Okay, and that's how we're going to do it. The other thing is you will notice that the challenges need to be turned in via a Google form by Sunday night at midnight. We're going to repeat that over and over again, but there will be no exceptions. There will be no exceptions because we just have too many people and we just can't do it, you guys. And so I know I've been there. I have asked for an exception. And doggone it. One time when I was a new director and I asked for an exception for something and Mary Kay said no. My national sales director said something to me that I'll never forget. She said, Heidi, from now on, you want to be so exceptional that you never ask for an exception. Someone type that in the chat. You want to be so exceptional that you never want to ask for an exception. Okay, so this is on YouTube as well. So if you have people who can't get on because of the limit on Zoom, or they want to be on YouTube because they don't want to show their faces, totally cool. Go to the Facebook group and copy it right now and send it to them if they can't find it. All right, so it's streaming right now to YouTube. Kim can see it. It is going. It is working. You can comment on YouTube. You can comment on the Zoom. Okay, and we want your comments. We want your comments because we love interaction. Okay, and we are going to be using our amazing workbooks. If you don't have it printed off yet, don't forget that you get a discount at Office Depot or Office Max for being a Mary Kay consultant. But you guys, this workbook is worth its weight in gold, okay? I go back to these workbooks and I learn and grow for them. So if you haven't printed it out yet, just take notes on a piece of paper. Take notes on a piece of paper, all right? But then go ahead and get it printed out. Yes, Jessica, you can absolutely print it in black and white, okay? I print most things in black and white, but Engage to Elevate, I print in color so I can show you how pretty it is, okay? So do it however you want, but just do it. Do it however you want, but just do it. Okay, and then if you've never been here before, we have some acronyms on this page 7, okay? Acronyms. Aha. That's like, aha, duh. That's like, aha. Wow, that I had a light bulb moment. Okay. I'm like so excited. That's what I'm going to do. Put your aha moments in here. You're going to be taking notes throughout, but go ahead and make sure your aha notes come back to the front so you can just look at them. BFO. What is that? It's not BFF. It's not my best friend forever. No, it's BFO. It actually is from one of my BFFs, Leah Carta. And she said, don't you love that I can say Leah Carta, Executive Senior National Sales Director is one of my BFFs. I love that. Okay. She says BFO means blinding flash of the obvious. Like that's a dumb moment. You're like, oh my Lord, I should have known that. And that's a blinding flash of the obvious. I literally have those every day, my friends, every day. I'm like, oh, that's how that works. Okay, duh. All right. Blinding flash of the obvious. Karis is typing that in there because Karis is my daughter. And she knows that her mother, usually with her, she says something like, oh, that makes sense. Duh. Okay. And then at the bottom, it says wow and wham and woy. Okay. Wow means what I'm going to do within 1 week. Wow. Within 1 week. I'm going to do that this week. WOM, WOM means I'm going to do it within 1 month. So I'm going to do it in the month of September in this Engage to Elevate, but maybe not this week. I love Trisha. Thank you for helping us out. And WOY means within 1 year. Okay, that is not for me today. That is not for me this month. But if I actually print this out and I keep it, you might want to write in here within 1 year and then go in your calendar in your phone and make yourself a note. Give yourself a reminder that within 1 year, you want to do this. All right, there's a little tip for you. Okay, so now get excited. Turn to page 8 in your workbook. And we are going to have some real big girl conversations. Anyone ready for some real big girl conversations? Because Becky and Mary and I certainly are. So sisters, let's talk about attitude. Let's talk about attitude. So Mary, can you start us off with this page? I mean, this is super fun. And I know that you're passionate about this conversation. So let's have a conversation.
I should unmute. Okay.
You should. That would be a good thing. Go
That's
ahead.
a good thing. I was, when I've been in Mary Kay for almost 19 years. And so I'm thinking about how to approach your Mary Kay business, right? I mean, I feel like we're at the beginning of Engage to Elevate. Some of you are at the beginning of your business, you just signed your agreement and you're still so excited, and we're so excited for you. Some of you feel like you need to start over, you need to begin again. Like there's a lot of freshness here when you start a new course like this. And so, how do you want to bring yourself to your business? There's so much stuff going on everywhere. I don't know about you, but it's like everywhere I look, okay, a lot of social media, but also out in the world everyone is trying to tell you why your way is wrong and their way is better. You know,
Mm.
buy my course. I've got the secrets. Yeah, right. Come on over here. What you're doing doesn't work. All of this kind of stuff. And they're always kind of like in your face about why your way's wrong and why what you're doing's wrong. And that makes you feel wrong. And what I want you to know is like so much of what's going on in the world is just out of your control. Look at your page. The future is what other people think of you is. Your past is also out of your control now. What happens around you and the actions of others, and even the outcome of your efforts. Yes, your results are out of your control. But what is in your control is a lot of just self-awareness, guys. How you spend your free time is definitely in your control. We know a story of a lady that became a sales director because she quit playing Candy Crush.
Took it
She
off her phone.
took it off her phone and she's like, if I can spend an hour a day on Candy Crush instead, I'm
Yes.
going to do it on Mary Kay and
Yes.
became a sales director.
Yes. And we asked her, what is your secret? And that's what she said. I took Candy Crush off my phone and did my Mary Kay instead of playing my game for that 1 hour a day. And that changed everything. Isn't that when you said what's in my control is how I spend my free time? That's very interesting. I think that's something that we all want to be looking at and be honest with ourselves. That's a good one.
And what you give your energy to and what your thoughts and actions are. So I want you to think about this. Then what can you control every day? You can control your actions every day, but how do you get yourself to control your actions? And I think that this comes from your attitude, your heart posture is towards your business.
Mhm.
God helps with this. When we have our daily time with God, He helps our attitude so that we can come to our business with a certain kind of attitude. So I want you to control your emotions and your attitude about your business. Decide today how you will approach your business when you work and pre-decide it right now. And then every day that you start your work day, you're like, oh, yeah, but I said I was going to come to my business like this. I wanted to give you some examples of some ways that I used to come to my business. Okay. These are my name tags. I used to start my day skeptical,
Ooh.
or I would be anxious. I used to come to my business doubtful, exhausted. I'm just really tired. I've had a lot going today. I don't know if I'm going to do all my calls today. I used to come doubtful, like, oh, I'm going to do all this. It's not going to work anyway. I used to come bitter, so mad about the people who hadn't gotten back to me or someone that hurt my feelings about something. And now that I'm approaching my business today that way and expecting that to happen again, I've come to my business desperate. I've started my day out of desperation. And so everything that I did didn't work anyway because my heart posture was wrong.
Mm.
I've started my business striving, where I felt like everything was up to me all the time instead of depending on God to take care of me and also realizing He's put wonderful people in my life to help me bear the burden of some of these things. So I want you to where it says negative, the things that hold us back, write down on your paper some of the ways you've approached your business. Have you ever had a crappy day? Maybe you could like rewind that day and say, how was my heart posture towards my phone calls, towards my conversations? How was my attitude towards my sales director, even though she wasn't there? Was I mad at her? Was I blaming her? Was it always her fault, or why couldn't she do this for me and do that for me, or how come I got this late? And now it's just bleeding into all of my business. But I want to give you some words of when I've come to my business in a good way. Okay. And so maybe this will help you. Um, oh, I had one more bad one. Prideful.
Oh,
You ever
girl.
come to your business and you're like, I am so amazing. But what it does is it doesn't allow others to come with you on your journey.
Right. Right.
Okay, so you're blocking all of the other people who would love to go with you because now you're looking like you're too good for that, right? Okay.
Or even Mary, it's interesting because you know how you said with your striving, um, I think prideful, I noticed myself like yesterday, like I was it makes me in the place of God.
Yes.
Right. So like something as like we're starting a new Sunday school program and I wanted it to be good because you know I'm a woman of excellence and what if it's not good? Well, I caught myself going, I didn't want it to be good for God. I wanted it to be good so the new pastor's wife Heidi Gelzer would look good. If I was
Mhm.
honest with myself.
Yes.
Right. So how many times can we do that and coming into something and we might think we even have a good attitude about it. It's an attitude of excellence when it could be at sometimes an attitude of pride. I mean, I know. Okay, so tell us how now can we think differently?
Okay. Oh, you're gonna love these words. Which side am I on? This side. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, grateful. This is an easy one because you can write a gratitude list and then all of a sudden you get grateful. So it's fast. If you're like, I gotta knock it out, I gotta get out of this now. This is a good one. You can come towards your business contagious. Contagious. Are you contagious with what you have to offer? You can come to your business every day with love, loving people where they're at. You don't know what's going on that other side of the phone,
True.
but
True.
you're going to be the best phone call they had all day.
Okay.
You're going to come organized. Like, stop putting it out there that, like, I'm so disorganized. And maybe start coming to your business going, like, when I work my business, I'm going to be organized. It's like who I decide to be. It's the attitude I decide to have. And I can figure out how to get the tools in place to make it a reality. Maybe you want to come peaceful. Maybe it's just like the world is crashing down around you, but when you come to your Mary Kay business, it's going to be a calm, peaceful place, a place where you can do the things that are in your control and let God do the others, no matter what's going on in your life. And we have so many women like that on this call. I know. Maybe you can come humble.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe the opposite of prideful, right? Maybe you can come with some humility. And maybe you can say, Lord, I don't know it all, but you do. Let's do it together today. And maybe you can come to your business faith filled. Do you have, are you practicing having faith? Are you practicing believing that something can happen that you can't see yet? I mean, 30 faces, when you first start your business, 30 faces looks hard until you do it. But are you going to believe that it can still happen for you? Maybe you need to come faith filled and then put your own name tag on those things. And you only have to pick one because I think if you pick one and work on it really hard, you'll notice that a lot of other things change too because you've just focused on one. And don't you want to be the girl that's working a Mary Kay business with a heart posture that's positive? I believe we need a positive attitude revival in this
Yes.
company and in this
Yes.
world. And let
Yes.
and when people start telling you you're doing it wrong and you need to do it this way and you need to do it that way, you're going to say cancel, cancel, cancel. Because I do my business right with a great attitude and I'm doing it the Mary Kay way. So my last thing I want to say on this page is that there are several quotes down there on the bottom. I want you to select the quote that you feel best fits your life right now. Or which one are you attracted to the most? And then I want you to highlight it and send that quote to your sales director.
Mm.
This is going to give her a picture into how she can best help you through Engage to Elevate. And if you're that first quote, I'm going to take this as an example. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. I want to tell you if you're thinking you can't, I need you to get creative. And when I say creative, John Maxwell says that the definition of being creative just means that you're a person that believes there is a way. You don't have to know what that way is, but you must believe that there is one and go to work to find it, this allows your brain to open up and think about other things so that if you think you can, you can, you can. And that's how I think we get to vision is with our attitude. So there you go.
When we were putting this together, right? It was so fun working with these amazing women because we were talking about vision, right? How can we, clarify our vision and then be able to put our vision into activity, right? To put the work behind the vision. And Becky and I were so blessed because we literally said to each other, Mary thinks so differently and we're so excited to plug into her brain. And Mary comes to us and she goes, well, before we do vision, we got to talk about the attitude and the heart posture. Because if we come in, as some of you were saying, some of you are feeling discouraged, some of you are feeling distracted, some of you are feeling beaten down. And how can we have vision when our heart posture was all of those negative things that you said? And so we get to choose, you guys. We literally get to choose. And I love what you said. We need a positive attitude revival. Like
We
people
do.
out there are going, you're so positive. Yes, yes, I am. Because which would you rather be, right? Positive or negative? Let's be positive. And it's not that we don't know that there's problems, but there are certain things like you said. What can I control? And when can't I control? If I can't control it, then I'm not going to spend my time being negative about it or worrying about it. That's God's job. That is God's job. Let Heidi Gelzer do one of my affirmations is you guys stay in your own lane. Heidi, stay in your own lane. Because I want to be all over the highway and the Lord is center. I did not call you for that. Okay. Stay in your own lane. So that is perfect. So we've got that great visualization. Becky, I know that you are passionate about vision, right? Like passionate. So share with us. And I know you both have your books and your things about this. So we're going to spend a little time on this. But Becky, start us off with this.
Yeah, just a couple things I gotta affirm Mary because that was so good. But for in my entire career, I've had a little sticky note literally stuck to my computer that says "Control your controllables." Control your controllables. It's so good. Thank you, Mary. Vision, you guys, vision. It for some of us it takes work, and for some of us it comes very natural. And I think there also is a season too where you come in and out of being able to have vision and not have that vision. When I first started to become a director, Heidi implanted vision in me. She taught me how to create a vision for yourself. And so this might be a new concept for you. Like, what are they talking about?
Right. Because
what?
we don't learn to dream, right? We don't talk about that in our other jobs.
Yeah.
That's not something that we talk about in our high school or college courses. So I'm glad that you're bringing that up. For those of you, this could be a very new concept.
For sure, for sure. And so this might take some time for you to develop, or you might have to grab a sister or two to support you in what your vision is. And vision is different than goals. I'll just say that right away. This is your vision on what you want your business to create for you. What is your vision? You know, my first vision that Heidi gave to me was the vision of her and I walking across the seminar stage for me to become a sales director. And it was exactly the way she said it. I literally could say almost word for word that she said to me 9 years ago. That's how detailed the vision was that she put into my brain. Now, you might be that person that can listen to a visual thing and you can create that mind video for yourself, which is awesome. That is awesome. I am not. I do enjoy that, but I'd like to see physical pictures. And so there's different things that you can create. There's a vision book, and I love to do a little vision board. Some people do big vision boards, but this is my vision. It's a little, I fold it in half. It says 2025, 26 vision. And when you open it up, is it upside down? Yep. It's got all my stuff in it. So I can put it in my calendar and take it with. And so these are all the things that I'm visualizing for the next year that I want to start saving for an Italy trip with my daughter. So Italy's on there. In 2027, we'll have 25 years married. So we want to go on a trip. I'm be taking 2 trips that year, you guys. I'm be a
Yes,
travel queen
yes.
in 2025. Exactly, because my Mary Kay can afford that. Pink Cadillac time. It's time to get back in that pink Cadillac. It's a little pink Cadillac on there. Um, our theme for this year is follow the yellow brick road to 500,000. So I made a little yellow brick road all the way down with a 500,000 ring. This is triple star. My goal is triple star for myself this year. And then this is Austin loves soccer, and so the World Cup is coming to Kansas City. So that would be awesome, right? That would be so awesome, right? Oh my gosh, she would go crazy. She would go crazy. And then Ty wants a new bike, so we have a big old bike. And Paxton wants Chris Stapleton tickets to go see Chris Stapleton. So for all my family members, there's something special and unique on here for them that makes my heart it just makes my heart flutter to think, yes, I'm working towards all this for every person. And so I can take this with me to every appointment, every meeting, and show them this is your support is giving this to my family. So thank you for supporting a small business. So
So
this
you
is,
take that to your parties and show them and say, thank you
oh
so much. So that
yeah.
they, because like we said, most people are dream impaired. And so when you show them that, they're like, oh my goodness, like you're actually, first of all, dreaming. And secondly, wow, I am supporting this woman who dreams and maybe I can dream too. I love how Angie just put in the chat. Vision is what you want your Mary Kay business to do for you. So your vision is not necessarily your goal of a red jacket, but Mary Kay is the vehicle, right? It's a vehicle that we have to maybe make some of these dreams come true. Is that a right thought process as we're talking about that?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. It'll make, yeah, exactly. Your goals your goals will help you create your vision and make it a reality, your vision into a reality. But yeah, on here, there's some categories on here too. So you can reflect and look and think through different things that you want for yourself. I know for the longest time on there, I had 5K because I wanted to run a 5K. Now
Right.
I'm just a runner.
You've already done that and now you run, right?
I just run. Yes, yes. So, whatever it is for you, one of the things that I've also been working on is the grateful journal. That's part of my vision right now too, is every morning just waking up and doing that grateful journal. So
The mind and spirit, right? It's not simply the
yeah.
physical things, but it's who you want to become.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you want to become a more peaceful person? Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
become a more grateful person?
Yeah.
Those are things that can be part of your vision as well. A healthier person, what does that look like? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And just reflecting too on the different seasons of my business, and that brought me back to that grateful journal. Your vision, bringing yourself back to different parts. You're talking about positivity and joy and stuff like that. So if you're newer, maybe think of a time when you were joyful and reflect on that, and what your surroundings were, what your vision was at that time. And maybe those are some of the things that you want to put on your vision board to bring you back to that place of peace and joy and positivity.
Right. And so a goal, and we're going to talk about a goal,
Mhm.
because that is, a goal gets us to that vision, right? So
Yeah.
a goal of becoming a red jacket, of earning this much
Mhm.
money, of being a star consultant, of being a
Mhm.
sales director. But like Kara's just put in there, the vision is what creates the emotion to want
Mhm.
to work. So
Oh, for
before
sure.
Mary's going to show you another thought process, but Becky, you guys, sometimes we need to put our money where our mouth is. And
Mm.
so, as you were planning this trip to Italy for your daughter Kennedy, right? You
Yes.
guys, it's not just a wish, it's not just a dream. You have made an intentional commitment. Can you tell
Mhm.
us what you've done?
Yeah, so I was listening to a very wise person, and she talked about the 3 V's to victory. Um, Visualize, verbalize, and vitalize.
Someone type that in the chat, please.
Visualize, verbalize, vitalize.
Mhm,
So visualize visually.
mhm,
um, vitalize
Verbalize.
Verbalize.
Sorry, verbalize. I'm talking. Sorry. All the V's are getting me all confused now. Okay. And then vitalize is I called a travel agent. I like had know how much these cost. I am like paying for it every single month.
Did you hear what
Like,
she said? She called a travel agent.
yeah,
And now you're doing a monthly payment plan
yeah,
for this trip to Italy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a thing that's on here, because just being a thing that's on here is great. But if we get to, I mean, she's a junior now, so I have a
Yeah.
year, 2 years. If
Yeah.
we get to that time and I'm like, oh, hi, oh, we are going, oh, what is that? Like, you can't do that. That is the like personal accountability and enrolling your family and truly enrolling yourself
Yeah.
in this vision
Yeah.
of taking her to Italy. And
So
so
you know
it was
then
scary,
how much
people.
you need to sell. We're going to talk about that next, but you know how much that's going to cost. So
Yeah.
beyond your bills that you are committed
Yeah.
to paying as an entrepreneur with your Mary Kay business for your family,
Yeah.
because you guys, Mary and Becky pay bills. I mean, they're breadwinners with this. This is above and beyond that. And so knowing, oh, with my sales, with my personal recruiting, with my unit earning a Cadillac, this extra, this much a month is going to go to this trip to Italy, in addition to the different things that you're doing with your other kids. So
Yeah.
you guys, it's important to visualize it, to get excited about it. So Mary, what is your way to visualize? So Becky showed us, I love that, the foldable thing that
Yeah.
you're taking with you to all your appointments. I love it. Thing. I work on it a thing. Okay, Mary, what is your process?
Like, I'm so different. Okay.
That's what we love.
The best,
That's what we
We
love.
love that.
Students,
okay.
we're all so different.
Okay, the best way that I visualize. Well, here's the thing. Your visualization has to cause a feeling in you for it to be real.
Yeah.
Okay? So if what you're doing is not giving you a feeling about it, then we're on the wrong track. Okay? And that came from Pam Shaw, so I know that's real. Okay.
Because
And
she's one of the smartest people we know. So we're just gonna go
right,
with
I
that.
mean, come on. Okay,
Yeah.
the best way that I do that is role play.
Mm.
Role play. It's the most meaningful to me. I usually do it in the car when I'm by myself, and I'll be driving somewhere and I'll be giving a speech. And I will feel as if I'm at the podium and everything else disappears. And I am doing training for people and or on stage at seminar giving a speech or training or whatever. I remember when I was becoming a director, every time on my way to a party, I was giving my director debut speech every single time in the car by myself because I knew no one could interrupt me, and it was just free flow of real words coming out of my mouth. By the time I was at my director debut, it's like I'd already done it. It's like I'd already done it. So for me, that's that. And then I
Look at
want,
all the people who think like you in
do
the
they?
chat.
Okay.
And now
Okay,
they
good.
feel
Nikki does that.
validated
Okay.
because they're not the only ones. This is beautiful. This is
Yes.
brilliant. And I was just at Amber Bro's director debut. I'll tell you what, we're not just getting back to being positive, we're getting back to in-person debuts because they are powerful. And Amber's speech was just amazing. Terry Wilson's in the shower with a microphone. Remember, that is what Cindy Williams did. She gave the #1 national speech with her toothbrush every day in the mirror. You guys are in good company. What works for you? What works for you? Okay, so then you're vitalizing it, you're verbalizing it with your words. So then do you have a different way of visualizing it, Mary?
Well, I guess I mean I have some of the things that Becky has too, but and I want to I always want to be cautious. I want to be cautious about putting Mary Kay stuff on my vision board because it's really easy that that becomes a goal. But I intentionally did something in my vision book because I decided that I wanted to visualize how I want to show up to events.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Mm.
put an amazing body on myself. Okay, this is how I'm walking in the room. Look how many diamonds. I want to
Mm.
pretend like the next time I go, I feel like $1,000,000. I can feel it. Like I right now, I can feel like walking into the convention center or whatever and seeing all my friends and having my shoes on and like I did the things that I had to do so I could show up the way I want to show up,
Mm.
not just the way that I took, right? Like not just whatever I get.
And let's be clear. We've talked about this before, Mary, is that there's no rules about your dreams.
Mm.
Okay. So if you have a dream, like when I didn't have a lot of dreams when I was a newer consultant. And so my dream was to be a sales director. Like I didn't even know what came from that, but my dream was to be in that suit. And that really was a dream for me. So it's okay, you guys, if that is a dream for you and other things will come from it, right? Money came from me being a sales director. Choices and college educations and homes and trips came from me being a sales director. I love that Nikki's body is her head is on Pam Shaw's body, right? But you guys, so it's okay. There's no rules around your dreams. There's no rules around your dreams. So whatever, Mary and Becky, you said, inspire you. Is it for your children? Is it for your family? Is it for your health? Is it for yourself? Is it because you are just a boss and you want to be successful? Right? Is it because you want that doggone diamond ring? I mean, I did 500,000 because I wanted the doggone ring. There was really nothing. There was nothing,
Right.
noble or
Mhm.
anything behind that. I wanted a lot of diamonds.
Me
Okay.
too.
And so it's okay. There's no rules around your dreams, but you got to feel something. It's got to move you. It's got to move you. That would I say the only rule, right?
Yes. For it to be effective, absolutely. Yes.
Mhm.
So you guys, there's different ways. So we do have a book, and Kim, we have a book that they can order from Amazon that Julia Monday Garner has shown to us that you can actually, it's an easy way to keep a book in front of you if you want to look at the pictures. I know Amy Smith, you have done that. Jen Adams, you have done that. And then also we might have a Canva link that you can look at what people, I don't know what the Canva link is. I don't know what it is. If we have one or don't, I might be speaking out of my rear end. I don't know. So anyway, but you guys, one of the challenges this week is to start visualizing with actual pictures. Okay. Now, Mary and Becky, is there anything you want to add to that before we move on?
Just that 80% is the new 100%. If it's 80% done, check it off and move on. And don't try to make it perfect before you start doing something. Okay. I get hung up on that. 80% is the new 100%.
So get some visual rather than zero visual.
Mhm.
Okay. Look at something instead of, not doing anything. Okay.
Yes.
So then, we're like, okay, how do we vitalize it? Right? How do we vitalize it? So we've talked about visualizing, we've talking about speaking it, but now guys, I mean, here's the problem. A dream without action becomes a nightmare.
Mm.
A dream without action becomes a nightmare. That's a horrible statement, but it's true, right? If we keep dreaming about what we want and what our life to be, and then we don't do anything about it, it's just, we make ourselves feel horrible. We make ourselves feel horrible. And so if you look at page 11, this is from our friend, National Sales Director Karen Reidel. So that's what she says at the top there, a dream. It must be something that is not related to the things you can earn from Medicaid. Now she says it must. Now, I don't say a must. I very rarely say must, so you can take that word out there, okay? It can be something that is not related to earn from Mary Kay, like a career path, but she gives you some examples. A weekend away, right? Maybe it's not a trip to Italy. Maybe it is a doggone weekend at the Holiday Inn by yourself or with your husband, okay? I don't know. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but get excited about what you're excited about. Paying off a credit card balance. Now, some of you might make a rule and say that's not fun, so that can't be for me. Sisters, that's fun for some people, okay? Let's be clear. That is fun for some people. So again, there's no rules. Don't make rules about this. Maybe it's paying your electric bill, okay? Maybe it's telling your family, I am going to pay for the mortgage this month. I don't know. You could do that. Buying a new couch. I know that's what my sister Nikki did. Her first goal was to buy furniture. She bought furniture for her home. She did that. Okay. All right. So that you're going to write down on this piece of paper, number 11, I want to pay for. What do you want to pay for? Okay. What do you want to pay for? What do you want to pay for? Write it down. And you don't have to write it down right now, but just think about that. Okay. So I need a profit of how much? How much is it going to cost? Okay, how much is it going to cost? Write it down. How much is it going to cost? And then you pick a date within the next 1 to 3 months. So here's a formula, okay? So your dream is to have $2,100 profit to purchase a new couch. That's a nice couch. I don't know if I'd spend $2,100 on a couch. I don't know, but $2,100, okay? Your dream is divided by 3 months because that's how long you're going to take to do it. Okay. So if you have credit cards, how much of a credit card bill do you want to pay off? Divide that by 3 months. So let's say it's $700 a month you need to make, right? So then you divide 700 by 0.4 because we take a 40% on our profits because we don't take a 50% because 10% pays for expenses. And so I would need to actually sell. Okay, 700 divided by 0.4 equals 1750. So 1750 divided by 4 weeks, that's how much I need to sell. You would need to sell $437 per week in order to be able to have in 3 months enough money to buy that couch. Okay, that's 2 parties at the most. That's 2 parties, you guys, an average of 2 parties. And so that's how you do it. Okay, so that's your dream number. Okay, so then you take that divided by the number of months that is down there. It puts it all together for you. What I want you to do is figure out a dream that you want to finance between 1 to 3 months. Shelby, you can't say Florida trip next year. Okay, it has to be between 1 to 3 months. It has to be close in. Okay, for your dream thing. And you want to take a picture of this and send it to your sales director. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, so you're vitalizing your dream, but then you guys, how many of you are like, yeah, but how do I fit it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sounds awesome, Heidi, but how do I fit it in? Okay, Mary and Becky, have you guys ever thought that? Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone like, this sounds great. I love to dream. This is how much money I'm going to make. Now, what's it going to take?
Yeah, I thought, of course Heidi can do it because look at her life. But what about mine? I've done the comparison thing way too often, I think. And
Oh, girl, I
tell us
sit
about
in an
that.
audience and I take pot shots at people. I take pot shots at them. I say, she doesn't live in my town. She hasn't moved as many times as I have. She's not married to a pastor. She doesn't have 4 children, all different ages. Blah, 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 right? Now, here's the deal. We have all done this. And if people could read our minds, nobody would be our friends. Nobody would like us, okay? Because what we say in our heads is not always what we say on the outside. And so I know we're going to move from vision and having a dream and having a goal of how much money we want to make. We got to move to how we're going to fit this in. How we're going to fit this in. Now, can I tell you guys a little story that just happened yesterday?
Yeah.
I had Senior National Sales Director Julia Burnett at my house yesterday. Okay. Now, I just said in the beginning of the Zoom that I had, my BFF, Leah Carter. I literally had Senior National Sales Director, what's her name? Julia Burnett at my home for 2 nights. Okay. She was in the state. She made it a habit. She came over here, right? Oh, I lost it. And last night, as we were getting ready for bed, okay, I'm doing my weekly plan sheet. I am doing my brain dump. And you know what she said to me? She said, shut up, Heidi Gelzer. You actually do that still as a national sales director. You don't just train on it. I'm like, sister, I do this. She took a picture of me doing that because she wanted to show her people that we actually do this. Okay. And so I'm going to talk about the brain dump and then you guys go ahead and you're going to take the next pages. Okay. So you guys, this is time management. And Nikki said this, I think, in the comments. You guys, well, I don't know what she said this, but I would rather discipline myself than have someone else discipline me for the rest of my life. Okay. I want you to think about that. Discipline is not a dirty word. Discipline equals freedom. And you can be a person who loves to make her own schedule. We are talking about National Sales Director Pam Shaw and National Sales Director Linda Tupin. If you don't know them, Google them. They are super successful, but they are the most freedom and choice people you will ever meet. They want to run their lives the way they want. They don't want anybody telling them what to do. They are the 2 most disciplined people I have ever met. You can have freedom, but you will have, the more disciplined you are, the more freedom you will have. Oh, put that in the chat. The more discipline you have, the more freedom you will have. Because the people who choose not to be disciplined don't get as much freedom. Let's be clear. Look at the most successful people in the world. They have the most freedom, right? Because they have the money, they have the time, they have the flexibility to do what they want, but they were disciplined to get there. The people who do not have that freedom, they don't know how to discipline themselves.
Mm.
Oh, that hurts, doesn't it?
Mhm.
You guys, this is so true. So we can have all the dreams that we want. We can have all the plans that we want to make the money. But if we don't figure out when and how we're going to do the work, and sisters, we are going to have a podcast this week with Holly Lowe, and I just recorded it today. She didn't even hear this because we hadn't done this yet. She is spot on with everything you guys have said. It is ridiculous how awesome it is with this
Wow.
working together. It's amazing. But you guys, if you look at the brain dump sheet, I know there's probably a better word for this. I shouldn't use the word dump, but I don't know what else to use. If you can think, oh, chat GPT it, come up with a better word for this. We should have done that ahead of time. Okay. But what it is, you guys, is I literally take my notebook. I bought these, it's back to school. They still might be on sale. I bought 12 of these spiral bound notebooks for the entire year because they were 25 cents a piece. Anybody remember when they were 5 cents a piece at the back to school time? Oh, it was so wonderful. But I have one for every month of the year. And so I brain dump every week and I make 3 columns. And at the top of my columns, I write God, family, Mary Kay. God, family, Mary Kay. And I look at my week and I brain dump everything, brain drain, that's a better one, everything that needs to be done, right? Because when it's in your head, that's where we get those feelings that you talked about, Mary, anxiety. Whatever else you said, mine, I guess, is anxiety. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't, it's so much. It's so much. There's just too much. When you write it down, it's not that bad. You're like, oh, well, that's manageable. And so I write everything down that I want to have done or that I need to have done in those 3 columns. If you have another job, then write your other job on here. Okay. And that's what you do. So then every week I take that and skip to a couple pages because it kind of goes in an order here. So I do the brain dump, which is on page 13. I just make 3 columns. Okay. If you want it to be pretty, I guess you can, but it's not supposed to be pretty. It's just supposed to get done. Okay. So then, Mary, take us to pages 16 and 17, because this is a weekly plan sheet, which we do, but you have a special one that kind of has everything all on one plan sheet. So you can just have one piece of paper. So share with us about that.
Now, I've used this plan sheet for a long time, and I print 4 of them and staple them together because I have the whole month. Because my kids are in a million things and I can't keep it straight and I don't know which week it is. And so I just put as much as I can on there at the beginning of the month. And then of course you're filling it in as you go. But I your affirmations are on here. Your daily mental bath is on here. Let me tell you, exercise, vitamins, water, how are you going to do the things you need to do if your body can't do them or if your mind can't do them? Your devotional is on here because that's going to help your attitude. Everything's on here. And you guys, I just really want to encourage you to color code. This is a bad week for me color coding, and look how crazy it is. I got one of those zippy pouches on the back to school thing and loaded it up with highlighters, and I make it look pretty because that's what I like. But I want to encourage you to color code because you're going to be able to see where your pockets of time are when you're color coding. You're going to be able to go, oh, I guess I do have 3 hours between when when I pick the kids up and supper. What is going to happen there? And then I also want you to leave margin for yourself. I get in the, like, when I'm on it, I'm trying to schedule every hour of the day, but my body doesn't do that. So know when you're good, know when you have good times of the day, and put your Mary Kay time in there. Know if you need to be super organized and have your list ready for that time so that you're not spending the time making a list, you're spending the time doing the list. How is it going to be on here? So I just and you guys, I lose things. That's why I did the 4 and staple them because then I'm like, where was that again? I gotta print another one out. And then I've spent all this time and wasted all this time. So just, you don't have to be amazing at being organized, but you just have to figure out how you can get it done. And I learned discipline equals freedom very early on, and I really hated that phrase. I was like, there's no way that can be true. There's no way that can be true. because don't put me in a box. All right. Don't do that.
Don't put Mary in a box. Don't
Right?
put Mary in a box.
Don't
No.
put me in a corner. That's why I'm in Mary Kay. But what I found was that I also get peace when I follow my weekly plan sheet. And when I don't follow my weekly plan sheet at the end of the week, I'm feeling guilty and bad and sad. And so I'm taking control of my emotions by doing the things on there. And that gives me the freedom to be the happy person I want to be.
Well, and let's talk about a couple details about this, okay? So, first of all, no one tells Mary what to do about her Mary Kay, right? You don't, because it's about disciplining ourselves.
Ourselves.
And so that's what you have to figure out is how can you make that fun for yourself, right? So what I do, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I take my brain dump sheet and then I put that into the weekly plan sheet. It's a process, right? And so I'm color coding it. That's for your thought process. Like if you want to do your spiritual time as blue, that's what I would do. Blue because it's heavenly. I don't know. That's what I would do. Okay. You can do whatever you want. Yellow is my personal time. That's my workout time. That's my family time because yellow is mellow. I mean, seriously, that's crazy like that. Okay. Red would be my other job. That's what we mean by color coding. Okay. Green is when you're doing income producing activities for your Mary Kay, like holding a party, having a career chat, right? Doing those things. And then like pink time would be this right now. It's learning, it's Mary Kay time, but you're not actually making money at that point. And so when you do a weekly plan sheet and you color code it like that, it frees you up, like you're saying, Mary, because then you work when you say you're going to work, and then you don't work when you don't say you're going to work. And
Yeah.
what we have found, all of us as working moms, is that when we respect our time, our family respects our time. When we have on our plan sheet, no, I can't go to the movies tonight because I have my Engaged to Elevate. But let's look at when we have some yellow time that we could go to the movies. They start thinking that Mom's Mary Kay is actually her career and not her hobby. But if you guys don't respect your time, and it doesn't have to be a ton of time, but whatever time you choose, you respect it, and then your family will start to respect it. Okay, so it starts brain dump, weekly plan sheet. Becky, take us to that 6 most important things list. Go back to that 6 most important things. So how does that work then as the third layer of our planning?
Well, this I can't live without it. Cannot live without it. So, 6 most important things list is what you're going to do for the next day. You want to do this before you go to bed at night because at night you're the boss. At night you are the boss. In the morning you're the employee. You have to do this list that you write out every day. So, write your list.
That is it. I mean, if we would just do that, make our list at night, then you're not dreaming about it. You
Yeah.
will sleep better.
Oh,
If you
for
make your
sure.
list at night, you will literally sleep better. And then you wake up and don't go, what should I do? You know what to do. Oh,
Right. Right. It
Mm.
just gets it out of your brain. It seriously does.
Yeah.
So write your 6 list at night. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't like just do it. Even if it's just, I don't know, a blank sheet of paper. I know mine's like all scratched up all over. Yeah, like
We cross it off and we're just so excited,
right. Oh, it's
right?
so exciting to cross
It's
it
so
off.
exciting. It's
I'm
the best part.
done.
I'm like,
Woo.
I actually add things to my list that I didn't actually write down. Anybody ever do that?
Me.
Like,
So
I'm
you
like,
can cross it
oh,
off.
wait a minute. I called someone and didn't write her name down. So I'm going to write her name down and then cross it off so that I know that I did actually more things that I said I was going to do. So that's
Ah.
Mary does not understand that because
So
that's a certain part of my personality. I don't know what it's called. Achiever. It's the achiever in me. It's like,
it's
oh, I have to
good.
look like I won.
I love
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. So if we do that, so you guys, that's the key, right? Dump list.
Mhm.
Weekly plan sheet, 6 most. That's time management.
Yes.
That's time management. Okay,
Yes.
but so what activity, Becky, I want you to talk about the activity on page 15.
Yeah.
We call it the perfect and powerful solutions. And
Yep.
can we just say that we're going to just put this out here right now? Powerful solutions is not hard.
No, it is not hard. We're
Okay,
all just
so
making it hard in our brain.
let's stop it. That's what,
Yes.
okay, Mary, you said we're all going to be more positive. We need to
Yeah.
have a positivity revolution. And the next thing we're doing is we are making power starts
Yes.
easy.
We're just normal. Like that's
They're
just what you
normal.
do.
So, Becky, tell us what changed in your life and in your business when you made the conscious decision to do Powerful Solutions as a consultant.
What changed in my life was we had baby number 4 and I needed to become a sales director. And Heidi Gelzer, my senior and my national, said, go do Power Start. And I said, okay, that's it. I mean, and ever since then, I just literally, there's probably been like a dozen times where I didn't do Powerful
In 9
Solutions
years.
in 9 years.
And so as they're looking at this, first of all, tell them what Powerful Solutions is if they're new to this national area. And then what happened when you started it in January after having a C-section and your husband having to drive you to your first appointments in January. But walk through what a Powerful Solutions is.
Powerful Solutions is 30 faces, 10 career chats, and 600 wholesale.
So selling at least 300 a week so that they can order that 600 profit about 480.
Yes.
We just have to have a little conversation about this. Okay, you guys?
Yes.
30 faces is 5 parties of 6 people.
Yep.
5 parties of 6 people, virtually or in person. We don't care. 5 parties of 6 people. Let's just say a party takes 3 hours. In person, doing it all there, and then 3 hours virtually, we would say with the follow-up. Maybe it will take you that much to follow up with someone, but 30 faces is 5 parties of 6 people. 3 hours times 5 is 15 hours a month.
Yes, ma'am.
A month, not a week.
Month. Right.
Not a week.
Right.
A month. So let's just get that out there. And then let's say you're having 10 career chats. That's 3 a week, which makes 12. Okay, 3 a week, which makes 12. And they take about 30 minutes at the most, So that's another hour and a half, 3, that's another 6 hours per month. That is 21 hours per month. Do Powerful Solutions. That is 4.5 hours a week to do Perfect Solutions.
Yes.
Okay, and Nikki just put the script in there. Someone said, Becky, how did you do it? Becky, look at her script that Nikki just put in there. And is that what you would say, or would you say something different?
Nope, I'd say exactly that, because that is quick, simple, and easy, the way I like it. Nothing crazy. Yes. And it doesn't matter if you've been in Mary Kay for a hot second or 11 years. You can use that script. I just moved to a new area. I'm going to use that script. I need to borrow faces and grow this area. Who cares? How long you been in?
So the script above Diane is, Nikki just wrote it in there. What did she say? I need to borrow your face. Can I give it back? I'll give it back.
I'm in a challenge to facial 30 women this month. Can I borrow your face? I promise I'll give it back.
And plus, you guys, here's the deal. There are scripts all over the Mary Kay website. There are scripts all over Google. There are scripts that your sales director has. There are scripts that you could ask AI. You could ask AI, what would be a script that fits my personality to facial 30 people this month or to hold 5 parties? Like literally, you guys, we have to stop making this hard. We just ask people, can I borrow your face? It works. And you know what? We just need to get into the habit of asking 5 people a day. And you can text them or call them. I don't care. Just ask, but make it consistent. Make it consistent. Make it consistent. So what happened, Becky, when you did that?
Yeah. So started in January, committed to Powerful Solutions, and did it for 3 months in a row, went into DIQ, and then did it 3 more months in a row and finished DIQ and became a sales director, debuted July 1st.
Okay,
and
let's just say that again. You did Power Start in a row, 3 months in a row, and went into DIQ.
Yes.
Then in DIQ, you did 3 Power Starts again and became a sales director.
Correct. And earned my first car.
And earned your car. This is what I want you to hear, you guys. The first Power Start, it's easy. We're just going to say it's easy. We're not going to say anything else. We're going to say it's easy. The second Power Start, you gain momentum. And the third Power Start is magical.
Yes.
But Holly, we just had a conversation. We were talking about this, and you're going to have to watch this on Thursday to see what she says. Well, I'll give you a little hint. She's like, be willing to commit to the activity, like you said, Mary, without being married to the results.
Yes.
Because
Mm,
once we start thinking about the results that we're not getting by doing this activity, we quit.
Yes.
mm.
And then we go backwards because we never finish our 30 faces in a month because we did 10 and we didn't get the results that we wanted. And so then we stop. And then we never get there. You guys, be married to the activity without the results.
Let
What if
God
you
handle
just
those.
said, I'm going to do 3 power starts in a row? I don't care what's
Mhm.
going to happen. I don't care what the sales are going to be. I don't care what people are going to say yes or no. I am going to do my powerful solutions 3 months in a row, September, October, November. There you go. What would happen? What would happen if we just stopped being worried about the results?
And it's
Mary,
new
you have something.
faces. It's
What'd you
new
say?
faces. New faces.
Yeah,
Those 30 new, they have to be new faces too, because
yeah,
you need to keep that bathtub going for yourselves.
yeah. Mary, and you just talked to a new consultant about that. Commit to the activity without being married to the results. Thank you, someone, for actually listening to me and knowing what I said, because I had no idea what I said. Okay, Mary, you were just talking to a new consultant about this. And so tell us about how that conversation went.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten scared that it's not going to work out? I mean, have you ever felt that way about your business or about your life? You're like, but what if it doesn't work out? And what I'm telling you here in Mary Kay is that we have 62 years of people following the process step by step by step. And I have been told over and over again, your big moment could come right around the corner. But what if you don't walk around the corner?
Mm,
Mm,
You never get to see it.
mhm.
And I think that the feeling of regret almost motivated me more than the emotion of victory because what if I was meant to drive a pink Cadillac and I never started my business, or I did 2 power starts and not 3.
And not the third.
That's right. When I made up some story in my mind about how it doesn't work, or I let other people influence me, and I didn't fulfill my own potential and just follow the work step by step, process by process, learn from the best, and let the results fall where they will. I guarantee you, the worst that's going to happen is you'll make money.
Yeah.
You probably make some friends.
And you'll gain confidence. Your skills will get better, you guys. And we're going to talk about that in the rest of Engage to Elevate. We're going to talk about your skills and how you don't want to be you're going to learn that, right? But
mm.
it's about the doing. And 80% is the new 100%. Okay, finally, let's talk about this last page in here, Becky. And you got this from Mary. You are both
Yeah.
passionate about this, winning the week. So the month is the big picture, powerful solutions. But then how do you win the week? You can track it right here.
Yes. Yeah. Mary had come up with this, I don't know, a couple years ago. And then Heidi kept talking about the 10, 8, 5, 500. And I was like, hey, where's that winning week thing? And so I uncovered it and made it into just a weekly tracker to keep you on track for what you're looking to do. And this is great activity to work towards. If you're doing weekly activity like this, you're having a slamming month. Let's be clear. Like it
Yes.
is going to be so good. And so this just, and you can, track your faces. You can save these. You can look back. It's just such a great thing. I keep all my folders, every month I have a folder. And so I keep these in my folders so I know who I saw.
Oh my God.
So it's great to be able to go back and know and see your new bookings that you have 5 bookings by the 5th, or you have 10 by the 10 because you wrote them on your winning week sheet. So all these trackers may seem like, oh, these trackers, but you know what? They all make sense and they all have purpose. They all
Yes.
have purpose.
All go
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's not 7 different things you're doing.
No.
It's
Right.
one thing you're doing and you're tracking that thing and you're creating systems so that, like what Heidi said, you can fit it in.
Yep.
One thing.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I love what Rhonda said. She's going to print this on the back of her weekly plan sheet. I mean, you can do it
Smart.
however you want. You could take
Yes.
this. This is what I would do because I only like one notebook. I would take every 7 days and I would glue it in here, whatever. Or maybe I just
Mhm.
track it with a piece of paper. Okay. So
Mhm.
whatever you do, you guys just do you. I know that sounds cliche and that, but track it. A tracked number grows.
Yes.
Okay. And so you figure out how you want to track it. That is on,
Mhm.
what doesn't have a page number on it? So that's on page 18. That's on page
Mhm.
18, Lori. Okay. And Amy Rice, remember, you are smart and you're going to figure out how to keep those papers together. So you're either going to get a folder or you're going to just put it into one little piece here. You'll figure it out what works for you. What works for you.
Mhm.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. So what I want to end with tonight is some fun stuff. And you do not want to get off because we're not done. We are not done. So what I am finding is that I think that a lot of people nowadays, we lack grit. And
Ugh.
I don't want to say this out loud, but I think it's true that if something gets hard, we quit easier than maybe we had in the past. For whatever reason, I don't want to go down that path, but I think sometimes we think that nobody has felt the failure that we felt. Nobody has been as discouraged as we felt. Nobody has had as many disappointments as I've had. You know, we all think that, right? And so we're going to have a little segment at the end of every Engage to Elevate where each sales director is going to tell a story of when she has failed forward to success, or when she has wanted to quit but didn't, and what happened. So, Mary, you want to start us off?
Sure. Sorry. Um, when Heidi asked us to do this, like, it's very emotional. Um, because you have to like dig inside yourself and decide who it is you want to be. So this was kind of I kind of was trying to decide which story I would tell you, but I decided to tell you the most significant one in my life, which was truly a fork in the road. I joined Mary Kay in 2006. And in 2013, I moved to a new town and got pregnant with baby number three by surprise and had baby number three. And I had, before the baby, I was still trying to be a sales director and all of this stuff. And I had been in Mary Kay for 8 years at this point, and the furthest I'd ever gotten was DIQ. Had been in DIQ 8 times, and I'd never become a sales director. And I tell you that because originally it was just like, I was doing the vision without the work. I was like, well, as long as I get into DIQ, I'll finish. Okay. And so it became a nightmare because I didn't put, the rubber never met the road and it didn't go anywhere. And so, things happened in my business like I almost earned a car. I had one lady that was going to come in with a 3600 and that was going to finish my car. And then she called me and said no, and the month was over. And almost became a director. I had some people lined up, and then I hadn't done enough work to have enough people as a plan B, and I didn't do it. And I didn't see the 30 faces while I was in DIQ. So I almost became a director. I don't know if you've ever had a story of almost. Okay, this is not terrible, but I was salutatorian. I was almost the valedictorian. I mean, it was like my whole life felt like this whole almost really good. And so I always felt like I had this big potential inside of me that I could never pull off. And then after you've done that long enough, you start telling yourself stories. And my biggest story was that I just wasn't good enough. And that's why I was almost. I played the comparison game hardcore. And when you get around some beautiful, wonderful people like a Mary Kay, um, you 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 can be trapped into that. You can do that to yourself. I was super confident and fun on the outside, but I was belittling myself and becoming really depressed on the inside. I was full of skepticism. Oh, it can work for her, but not for me. Or I don't know why she has more leads than I do. I can't ever do that. I can't get leads, whatever it was. Full of doubt. Well, even if I saw 30 faces, it's not like it's going to make a difference. And lots of bitterness to where I started blaming people in my life. And that's probably why you heard some of that at the beginning, because I've done a lot of that. I blamed my mentors. I blamed my husband. I blamed my situation. I blamed having another baby, or I blamed my health. And so I started blaming others for what I couldn't achieve. And so the one of the fork in the road moment for me was after I'd had my third baby, and she was well on her way to, it's just like 6 months after. It's not like she was super new. Um, I just found myself crying on my bed. I was just sobbing. And my husband walked in and he said, "What are you crying about?" I said, "I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I mean, I've been trying for 8 years. And it's like I almost get there, but then I don't. And I don't want to put you guys through this anymore." And my husband, I truly believe that God puts the right people in your path. Yours may not be your husband, but I'm sure and I know for sure that He's put someone in your path that can breathe life into you when you need it, when you are at one of your darkest times. Because I felt so badly about myself. Let me tell you, no one can beat me up as much as I can beat me up. I'm the winner of that. And I said, "I don't want to put you through this anymore." And he said, "First of all, we're fine. You're not putting us through anything." See, that was another story I had made up in my head, that my failure was hurting everybody and I needed to just quit. What he said to me is like, "Listen, I love you, and you and I both know that Mary Kay is your future and our family's future. So now you need to quit crying and go figure it out." So I dried my eyes and I went to work on these things. Number one, my attitude. I was so skeptical. I couldn't believe what Heidi and Nikki were telling me. Why? Because I'd made up that they were making money off me. So they were going to tell me whatever I needed to know to be successful. I couldn't believe my husband because he was married to me and had to keep me happy. I couldn't believe a lot of things. So who do I believe? How could I possibly believe in myself again? And I decided to go to work reading the Bible and choosing to believe that God's promises applied to me. I read good books about that, and I read the Bible about that because I needed to build myself back up from the bottom and believe that good things about me were true. So I worked on my attitude. Number two, I decided to take a look that my success was simply because there were things I was unwilling to do. So, what was I unwilling to do those 8 times I was in DIQ? I was going to go to work on those skills. I called Nikki and I said, "Fine, I'm going to do referrals just like you do it. No creativity of my own inserted." Okay, what do you do? I mean, it was hard for me, okay? It was so hard for me because it's very boring. But guess what? I walked out of all my parties with tons of referrals. And whether Nikki's is the best way or not, it's because I surrendered to this step-by-step process. I was humble enough to ask for help. And then I was brave enough to go try it that way. So work on the things you've been unwilling to do.
Oh, so good.
And the last one was I just stopped trying to charm my way into the next level. Do you understand this, Heidi?
I do.
Okay. Some of you are like, "It's not what you know, it's who you know. I can make that happen." Not in Mary Kay, you can. You have to like do all the boxes or they won't let you be a sales director. They won't. They won't give you a car to drive. You have to do them.
Wow.
And so just things got better. Like it was one of the busiest times of my life. I finished becoming a director in November, December, and January.
Yeah, you
The
did.
biggest holidays of the year. I found out that my landlord, I was renting a house, and that my landlord was going into foreclosure, and we were gonna not have a place to live. I bought a house while I was in DIQ, so my family would have somewhere to live. I went to LA as a DIQ. Um, and I was in a room full of other DIQs. I was the only DIQ doing career chats in the bathroom at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I was the only one to finish. So I started doing the work I needed to do, even though life was busy and babies and taxes and cars and not be, we had one car. We had one car. Okay, y'all. It was like, are you using the car? Can I use the car? Well, I have a thing. Let me tell you, you can do this. Just, you know, this is your future because God's put you here right now. So, you know what? It's time to quit crying and it's time to figure it out. I know you can do it, and you've got people here that believe in you too. So start believing in yourself.
Oh my goodness. I knew this was going to be amazing, Mary. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, right? You changed your attitude and decided to start believing that God's promises applied to you. You decided to look and see what you were unwilling to do in the past when you hadn't been successful, and being humble enough and brave enough to do them. And you decided you couldn't charm yourself into directorship. You actually needed to do the work necessary. I love that we can laugh about it now because
Oh, yeah.
that's how we've grown as leaders together. So, you guys, have you been there? I mean, all the comments in the chat, so many people have been there or are there. You're not alone, and you don't have to stay where you are. You don't have to stay. Okay, Becky, tell us your story.
Oh my goodness. Mary, that was amazing. I freaking love you. I freaking love you. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm such a hot mess.
Woo! No, girl.
No, no, we're not saying that of ourselves.
Oh,
Nope,
I know. I'm a hot
No.
mess. It's great.
Okay.
You're awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, so Heidi asked this. I was like, oh my goodness. I wanted to default to all the stories that a lot of people have already heard. You know, because those are easy stories, been told stories. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna tell a really hard story because you said get emotional, get deep, let people know. And so,
What we do in our area, right? We're gonna
huh?
be real. We're gonna be real. We're gonna be real.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, gonna
Yeah.
be real, gonna be real. Um, and so just a little bit different perspective. So 2022, my mother-in-law got diagnosed with cancer.
Mhm.
And that was probably one of the hardest pieces of information to receive for us as a family. And we knew the road was going to be really hard. And it was. I mean, there was a lot of up and downs. Sometimes I don't even like remember how did I even work? How did I even get, I don't, you know, I remember taking work with me and sitting at the cancer center. I remember sitting in the parking lots waiting and like all the things because you had to wear masks yet and all the things. You know, there was so many caveats on where I could go, where I couldn't go. Um, but you know, it was the grit of like never stop, the never stop that I had in me. You know, she lives in Victory now. Last March, so almost a year and a half. Yeah, a year and a half now. And but that when that happened, I went from being with her all the time, every day, taking care of her, being there for her, to completely nothing. And it took a toll on me as a person. And the wanting to quit
Mhm.
was because I didn't know how to move on. I didn't know how to move on. And, you know, yes, you can say, do do these things. But when you're in that place of such deep, like loss,
Mhm.
sometimes you can't figure that out.
Yeah.
And one thing that I know is in my 11 years, I would not be the woman, the mom, the Christian that I am today if it wasn't for this business and the women that are in this business. So from March of 2024 till August of 2024, I really started to regress. I stepped away from doing things in the community. I stepped away from really doing, you know, in-person events. I didn't want to be around people. And the whole reason of it was because I was afraid to break down and be vulnerable in front of people about what I had just gone through. And so Heidi kept saying, "Go to the huddle by Nikki, go to the huddle by Nikki." And I was like, I really don't want to go. I don't want to be around these happy, cheerful people that are gonna throw pom-poms and all this stuff. Like I didn't, as much as I did want it, I didn't want it, if that makes sense. Like I wanted it to be there again, but I just couldn't see myself being there. That was the hardest event that I've ever gone to, because I stood up there for some recognition and I felt unworthy of anything, of clapping, anything. And I just wanted to run away. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep going though. I'm going to keep going. And I reverted back to when, like I said before, when was I really joyful in my business? When did my business really, really feel good? And you know what I was doing? I was doing a grateful journal. I was showing up for everything. And I was listening to all the trainings that I could. And so I am like, okay, that's what I'm going to commit to doing. I'm going to listen to everything. I'm going to show up for everything. And I'm just going to pour, I'm going to pour myself back into everything Mary Kay to get myself back there. You guys, it's been a year. It's been a year since I made that decision. And I'm so beyond grateful that I listened to my mentor. Thank you, Heidi, for saying, go, go, go. And I finally went. And, you know, those ladies at the huddle didn't know any different. They didn't know what was going on deep down inside. And they make you feel welcome no matter what. And so, you know, my story of quitting is a little different than normal, of like the work being hard. I'm just a hard worker, you guys. I could work till I'm blue in the face. I'm just one of those people. But when life things really get at you, know that you have this community of women that will love on you, care for you, be there for you. And you don't need to, you know, indulge in everything with them. They'll just be for you. They'll just be for you. And so, um, what I learned, what I really, really learned during this whole year of commitment is being a blessing to others has increased my positive attitude again and my gratefulness so much.
Wow, you guys. When I asked you to share these things, I just thank you so much for being the ones to lead us off this week, to being the ones who were willing to be vulnerable, to share all your brilliance in the beginning about vision, about um, visualizing, verbalizing, vitalizing what that looks like, but then also sharing about the hard, right? And then how they were both different, so different for both of you. Thank you so much. And you didn't talk about this ahead of time, right? You didn't talk about your stories that you'd be sharing, but God knew that you would be speaking to the people directly who needed you to be speaking to them, like we talked about. And so, Becky, you just, even though in the hurt, you didn't push your people away, right? And we didn't all know what to say, because no one knows how anybody feels. Even if we've had loved ones die, nothing is ever the same, right? We don't understand. Everyone handles it differently. It's always different. So I can never understand how you feel. But we can remind each other that Jesus does understand. He always understands. And I remember you going to one of those huddles, and it got a little bit hard and something happened, and Nikki and Tammy just stepped right in.
Yeah.
He said, don't worry. You know, you were going to talk about something and it just didn't work, right? Sometimes in our grief-stricken brains, it doesn't compute. And they just stepped right up and stepped in. And that's what our sisters do in this business. So you guys, are you going to have hard? Sure. Absolutely. It's life. This is life. But I'd rather do hard in Mary Kay than outside of Mary Kay. The women that you have here are unlike anywhere I don't think you'll ever find, you guys. And so stick it out, reach up. You can do this. You can do this. Okay. Well, we are going to close up by showing you guys what is going on with these challenges. And so there is a challenge already in the Facebook group. It is already on the landing page. And so you are going to be able to see it. I would really recommend that you print it out. Print it out, okay? So we talk about a dirty tracking sheet. If you just look at it on Sunday night when you are going to turn it in, you are going to be a little bit disappointed in yourselves, probably very disappointed. And so if you haven't yet printed it out, you want to find a way and make a way. If you don't have a printer, call a friend who does. You don't have a printer, send it to Office Max. Figure it out, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to figure it out. Make it dirty. You're going to track it. You're going to decide you're going to call that hotline. You can call it yet today. It was a good one, okay? I changed it. You're going to read this and you're going to understand it. And we are going to have an event. Kim, what is the next slide? Okay, what is the landing page link is in the Facebook group, okay? Yep. And then the vouchers are right here. So Kim, if you just take me to the next slide, you can just show me what we're doing next. Do you have another slide or is that it?
Well, I have lots of screens. Okay, so your weekly vouchers, everybody can win. So go ahead and talk
So
about
if
that.
you just turn in your voucher, you don't have to be in the top 10. You don't have to be number 1. If you simply turn in your voucher every week by midnight, your time on Sunday, no exceptions because you're exceptional, you are going to get this beautiful necklace sent to you, okay? So you guys, yeah, just be your best. You don't have to worry about beating anybody else unless you want to, right? There's different ways to be competitive. So be your best, okay? Becky Clements wants to beat a lot of people, okay? And so be your best. All right. So this next week, we are going to recognize the top 10 with your pictures, not with your pictures, with your names on here. We're going to do recognition. And then the top 3 in the consultant group, in the red jacket group, and in the director group, you are going to get these beautiful earrings. And Kim had so much fun shopping. She was telling me, Heidi, we're going to love the prizes. Okay. So the top 3 of next week get these prizes and the top 10 get recognition. Okay. All right. Keep going, Kim. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
She's like, if you could see my screen, Heidi, I have so many things open. Okay.
Okay, so here's your landing page. It's all here, but we have a super special event this weekend. So you can find the information on your weekly landing page.
So this weekend on Saturday morning, we are having a Fresh for Fall event. This is a webinar. It's a webinar, which means that your people can watch this. The directors in our national area are showing all of the fun fall products, but we can't see them. Guess what? They don't have to get on YouTube and they don't have to have social media. They simply click a link. They click a link. That is it. Okay. So there is a registration link on here, and that's where it tells Kim put on what to do on here. You sign up. You have to sign up for the link. Okay, so you click the link and you sign up personally for it. And then you also invite guests to sign up, and you can just send them the link for them to sign up. Or if you want to, you can do it yourself. It is very self-explanatory. And then they're going to get email confirmations, you guys. And so you can talk with your sales director about this. And if your sales director has questions, she is really smart and she will figure it out. But also on here, Kim, keep going with this. It has so at the end of it, it's a 30 minutes. It's exactly 30 minutes on Saturday morning. It's free, Renee. It's included in this registration. Okay. And we're giving away prizes, and that's included in this registration as well. Okay. So we're giving away tote bags. We're giving away water bottles. We're giving away blankets. Consultants can win and guests can win. And so they're going to enter, they're going to watch it. They have 2 choices to watch it on Saturday morning. And what is the time there for that, Kim?
Saturday morning is 11 a.m. Central.
So even you Alaska people, and you don't have to be cute because you're just clicking a link. So you can literally be watching it from your bed, from your car, from wherever you want. Okay. And then if they can't get on Saturday because it's our 62nd anniversary, we're celebrating our 62nd anniversary and having a Fresh for Fall product preview for each and every one of you because you're registered for Engage to Elevate. And then on Sunday, we're doing it at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And so look at those different time zones and figure them out for yourself. We have scripts in here. We have ways to invite people in here. Everything you need need is in this landing page. Oh my goodness. This is for you. This is for you. You can also get on your consultants who maybe aren't on Engage to Elevate. So maybe you're in your red jacket and you have inactive consultants. This would be a great place to invite them to. It's free. Why not? Get them on there to see the new product. Okay, and they will fill out a form afterwards. All of that is in the landing page, and that is how they're going to go into the drawing for the prizes. We will draw on Monday because they can watch it either Saturday or Sunday, and then we'll draw on Monday. Okay. This is all in the landing page. Everything is in the landing page for Engage to Elevate, which is in Facebook, and it's also right there. That link that Kim put in there, it is all in one place. Save that link to your notes. If you save that landing page link in your notes, you will have everything that you need for everything. It's so exciting. Okay. And then we're doing something else special. We just keep elevating Engage to Elevate. We keep elevating Engage to Elevate. We're having a weekly podcast with myself and a national sales director. We're so excited. Okay. And so this week we have none other than one of your favorite national sales directors coming to you, a conversation about vision with National Sales Director Holly Lowe. That will go live in your Facebook group. That is one of your challenges for this week at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Thursday night. What's a vision podcast? Well, you got to check it out and find out. It's all going to be on there on Thursday night. It's going to be a link on your Facebook page. Okay. On this Facebook page, it's going to be in there. It's going to be there. Okay. So you can watch it when it comes out at 6:30, or you can watch it recorded because it's going to be in there. Are you guys so excited? Are you so excited? Okay. Kim, Becky, or Mary, what are we missing? Are we missing anything?
I just want to remind you that your points, it says it on your voucher, but your points run Sunday through Saturday, okay? So that you have all day on Sunday to get them turned in so you don't have to wait. So we have these events happening Saturday and Sunday, right? You'll notice on your voucher, you get to count your Saturday guests.
Because
So
that's
next
for
week,
this week.
Yep.
Yep.
So next week you can count your Sunday guests. And so you get to actually go back, and any activity you did yesterday, if you saw faces, sold product, you get to include that in this week. So I just want to make
Sunday
sure
to
we're really clear.
Saturday night.
Yep.
Allison, the events are included in your Engage to Elevate $10. Okay, so the $10 you paid to be in here got you that book, got you that training, got you that prizes, and got you the events. Everything. Okay. I'm so excited. Becky and Mary, we'll just be on one more minute. Any last minute thoughts for our friends as we send them off for the week? Becky, why don't you start us off? What's the last minute thought for you?
Track. Take that tracking sheet everywhere with you. Toss it in your purse. Put it in your back pocket, wherever, because you never know where you're going to get a booking or talk to somebody about the opportunity. Like, take it with you everywhere.
Track it. Print it off. Track it. Okay. Mary, what is your last minute thought?
I asked my unit, what do you want to get out of Engage to Elevate? And what do you want to give to Engage to Elevate? Because that's a question Heidi always asks us when we go to events. And I just want to remind you guys that like your points are in direct proportion to the lives that you're changing. Okay, so my goal is to give so that I can get points, because then that helps me to see how much of an impact that I'm having with the people that I get to influence.
Love it.
You know what? I love our different personalities. Isn't this so fun that we can be who we are, who God created us to be, and be successful, you guys. You can be successful moms, successful wives, and successful entrepreneurs. And if anyone tells you differently, they're wrong.
Cancel.
Cancel, right? We're back to the beginning. Cancel. Sisters, have a great week. And you know what? It's West Coast time over here. I still got time to work. Have a great night, everybody. Bye. Love you. Thank you, Kim Ferguson. Woo! Bye, everybody.